Hello everyone and welcome to day 14 of Vlogmas. We have had a lovely morning. Tom and I have been into Dundee to do a little bit of Christmas shopping without the kids, which was really nice actually. We got to spend a little bit of time together. We got quite a bit done, which is brilliant. Still a few little bits and pieces to pick up, but I've got my head around it a lot more. I've got a better idea of what I'm getting and what I still need to get. So that's all good. I thought it was about time to have a little look and have a little think about my Christmas Eve cast on, show you the yarn possibilities and get voting. So I've got 6 yarns that I've dug out of my stash. I don't have that much Christmas yarn actually. I was surprised when I was going through. So that's my plan next year, is to buy more Christmas yarn. So I've got 6 colourways that I've dug out of my stash. Some of these have been in my stash for a while, some of them are newer. And I'm excited to see what you all pick for me to cast on this year. So first of all is this one here. I will do a photograph of them and put them all in a photograph that is well lit, so you get a better view of them, because I know sometimes with the videoing and the lighting it can be a bit difficult. But this one here is Nora George yarns and the colourway is the Snowman. So it's an undyed base with speckles of greens and greys and a few little pops of orange in there. So that is option number 1. Option number 2 is a skein of Henny Penny Makes. This was, I believe, the day 25 from last year's advent calendar. It's called Christmas Morning, and it's lots and lots of lovely green and yellow speckles with some pops of some kind of almost like a burgundy kind of purple in there as well. Then we've got, this is technically a winter colourway rather than a Christmas colourway, but I thought it could still work. So we have a skein of the Fibre Fox in the Winter Solstice colourway. So this one is greys, pinks and purples. So that's option number 3. Then we have some green lambkin yarn in the All Is Calm colourway. This one is on a sparkle base and is pastel, kind of greens and blues and purples and pinks. So that is that one. That is option number 4. Option number 5 is this lovely skein of Knit Me Sane. Again, this is on a sparkle base as well. In fact, I think this is a gold stellina rather than a silver stellina. This one is called Pine Needles and Tinsel. And is a lovely mix of greens with kind of purples and reds and burgundy speckles. And then the final option is another skein of green lambkin yarn. It is this one here, and this one is Christmas Eve Magic. Again, this is on a silver sparkle base. And this one is purples with a little bit of green and some more burgundy speckles in there. So that is option number 6. So here they all are. I will pop a picture in once I finish talking about them. But let me know down in the comments, let me know which one you think I should go for. So give me a vote, and whichever one gets the most votes will be my Christmas Eve cast on this year, which is great because it means I don't need to make a decision. Now I do obviously also have my weekly advent from the Corner of Craft, and I will actually have a package from that one to open on Christmas Eve. So I may actually end up with 2 Christmas Eve cast-ons. I have also got Hannah's Christmas Eve colourway that she did as well. I've not shared that with you yet because it didn't arrive wrapped to be hidden, so I couldn't decide whether people would want to see it before Christmas Eve or whether I would be spoiling it for people if they were going to save it for Christmas Eve. So I wasn't quite sure with that one. But that could also be, I could also have another Christmas Eve cast on and use that one. But I think I want to save that one, and I think I want to use one of my older ones from stash this year. So one of these colourways will be my official Christmas Eve cast on, and then I may also cast on the 4th week of the weekly advent from the Corner of Craft. I've not actually cast on the 2nd week yet. I need to decide on a pattern. I'm going to have a look back at that bundle that I put in. I can't remember which episode it was. Was it yesterday's episode? No, it wasn't yesterday's episode. It was a couple of episodes. It was a couple of episodes back. Do you know what? I will link the bundle of Christmas sock patterns underneath this video as well, so that it's nice and easy to find. But yeah, I need to have a little look through that and pick a pattern that I'm going to use for that colourway, and I need to dig out some sock needles as well. Right, so I will pop a picture up, and then I've got about half an hour until we need to go and pick up the kids, and then we're actually going to take them straight down into Broughty Ferry. So we live in Dundee. Dundee is a city, but we live in a kind of almost like a suburb, I guess, of Dundee, Broughty Ferry, which is still technically part of Dundee, but we've got our own little tiny high street, and it's got like a little bit more of a small town kind of feel to it, compared to kind of the big centre of Dundee. But it isn't technically a town, it's actually still part of Dundee. It's just like a suburb. I don't know, it's a bit of a weird one. I never quite know how to describe it. But we're gonna pop down there. We wanna go and see some of the Christmas lights. There's a shop down there, Gilly's, which is like a local department store kind of thing. And they always have an amazing Christmas window every year. So we've not taken the kids down to see that yet. So we're gonna go down and see that. I want to pop to the bookshop and get a couple of little bits and pieces. So yeah, that's the plan this afternoon. Change of plans, unfortunately. We just went to pick the kids up from school. We drove to school, having driven to town this morning and driven back from town this morning, no problems. Drove to school, no problems. I stayed in the car, engine off, everything, while Tom ran up to go and get the kids. We got back to the car and it wouldn't start. Nothing, absolutely nothing. The keys wouldn't work, like to even like lock or unlock the car. You turn the key in the ignition, nothing. No lights, absolutely nothing at all. So yeah, we're not going down into the ferry. We've left Tom with the car. He's ringing the RAC to see if we can get it, sorted. Hello, Arthur. I've walked the kids home. So, bit of a change of plans. But there is a job I need to do. So we have... Yes, you can have a snack, help yourself. We have, a big reindeer. Here it is. That is supposed to have lights on it and go outside. We've actually got a big one and a little one. The little one is fine, but unfortunately last year when we had the reindeer out there, one of the kids ran across the lawn, caught their foot on the wire and snapped the wire for the lights. So I took all of the lights off last year and we put some little rubbish battery powered ones in, which I got out this year and intended to just put it out with the battery ones again, but unfortunately I'd left the batteries in and they'd corroded and it had all gone wrong. So we bought some new lights and I have a reindeer and I'm going to thread it up and try and get the new lights on the reindeer so that we can actually get it outside. So that is my little job to do. Yeah, my little job to do this afternoon instead of going down to see the Christmas lights in the ferry and going to the bookshop. We are doing our advent calendar, our escape room one. We're really enjoying this actually. I know I've not filmed a lot of it for the vlog, but I would really recommend it. We've had lots and lots of fun doing it. We are actually a few days behind, so we've got 3 to do tonight.
3.
3. We do have 3. Oh, by the way, Tom.
Yes.
Is the car okay?
Yes, the car is fine. It had loose connections on the battery, and a very handy man with a very handy spanner device came along and tightened them up, and now it's fine.
Yay! Right, let's go for today's advent calendar then.
Before you open the next door, you know what you will find behind it. The irresistible scent of freshly baked cookies wafts up your nose. Those sweets you ate from the pantry seem like an eternity ago. Your mouth is literally watering as you enter the Christmas Workshop's bakery. Here too, the colleagues were obviously taken by surprise by what was happening and were forced to flee. The room is deserted. Spilled flour and milk have created a huge mess. Sugar, dried fruit and nuts lie in a sprinkling of cinnamon, and a broken egg drips off the table. You have a feeling that someone will be missing their figgy pudding later.
And then open day 11. So today we had to put all these little cookie pieces onto the baking sheets, a bit like Tetris, matching, well, not really like Tetris at all, but we had to match the colours on the cookies to the colours on the baking sheets, and they've all created shapes. So we've got a train, a church, and a cow. Ooh. And then in the room for today, I don't know how well this is going to show up, the glare's going too much. Tom's trying to do a torch in there, but there are little pictures, and all the little pictures have numbers on. So there's your train for number 6, there's the cow for number 2, and somewhere on this wall, which might be very hard to see, yeah, no, we can't see that with the camera, but on this wall is the church. So that gave us our code. So we put our code into our decoder table. We then turn that round, which gives us our directions. So from today's door, we have to go right, diagonally right, and then right again. And that is our day 12 for tomorrow. Well, today again, because we're late. Our complete change of plans this afternoon has really thrown me with recording. So I hope you enjoyed a little insight into our advent calendar. But the kids are now in bed and we are settling down for a quiet evening. But there is one thing, of course, we haven't forgotten it, I promise. There is one thing left to do.
Which thing is that?
I don't know. Oh, can you not really can't work it out?
No. I think we've done everything, haven't we? Broken car, gone shopping, Christmassy stuff, Advents. What else could it be?
Joke of the day.
Joke of the day.
Right, I have a joke for you, Tom.
Okay.
It's a joke about cars, because that's thematic.
True.
So, when is a car not a car?
When it turns into a driveway?
Oh no! There we go then. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.